Hi everyone. This is our last video together. I know, I'm so sad. I could do these all summer. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to go back to one of the lessons that we did before, which is adding letter tiles. If you remember, we had a page like this and then we cut them up into little squares and I told you to keep those in a safe place. Hopefully you did that. You're going to need them today. But what I thought we'd do on our last video is we'd use this game to review everything that we've talked about so far in our summer edition. We've talked about odd and even. We've talked about addition strategies, counting on, decomposing, open number line, making friendly numbers. We did some subtraction and those strategies. We talked about comparing and greater than, less than, or equal to, and all those kinds of things. So what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to get your letter tiles. Hopefully they're in a Ziploc bag in a safe place. And you're going to need some scrap paper and a pencil to do the activities that we're going to do today to review. And then you can do these all during the rest of the summer. Anytime you just want to pull out some of your activities and do a fun, quick math review, you can do these with a partner. So we're going to do all different kinds of things with our letter tiles. So once you have your supplies, go ahead and press pause and come back and see me. Now that you have your materials, what we're going to do is we're going to build some 3-letter words. And then we're going to review all of our skills using those words. So I'm going to show you how this works, and then I'm going to give you a turn. I'm going to build 2 3-letter words. Now, again, I put my letters that were similar underneath each other just to make things a little easier. And my second word, I'm going to build Now, before, when we played the game, we just added these up across, but we're going to actually use these words as a 3-digit number. So cow is going to be 314. Box is going to be 318. A couple things I want you to think about. Remember, we're reviewing. Is cow an even number or an odd number? Remember, we look at the digit in the ones place, and if we were to tell them to make partners, would everybody have a partner? Yes, so that's an even number. What about 318 for box? That's also an even number. Now, if I added these two together, do you remember what happens? You're right. If we add 2 even numbers, we're going to get a sum that is an even number. So let's do that. I'm going to use the strategy of decomposing. So I'm going to take my 314 and I'm going to break it down to 3 hundreds, 1 10, and 4 ones. I'm going to do the same with my 318. 300, 1 10, and 8 ones. Now I'm going to add my hundreds. 300 plus 300 is 600. I'm going to add my tens. 10 plus 10 is 20, or 2 tens. And I'm going to add my ones. 4 plus 8 is 12. Now, I know I can't have 12 in the ones place. So do you remember what we do? We regroup. We take a 10 out of here, and we move that 10 over to our tens column, or tens place. So if I take a 10 out of here, I'm left with how many? 2. That's right. If I add a 10 to here, now I don't have 20, I have 30. And I still have my 600. So if I put that all together, I now have a sum of 632. And remember, look at the ones place. That is definitely an even number. Now, there's other things you can do to use these tiles to review some math. So let's do the next one. I'm going to challenge you to build a sentence. Yes, a sentence. So here's my sentence. Can you tell what I'm going to do? You might know already. Yes, indeed, I do love tacos. So I'm going to see what my value of my sentence is. We're just going to count on. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. My sentence has a value of 15. Can you build a sentence that has more value? The other thing we're going to try is I want you to build a word that has the most value possible. Again, see if you can beat me. Here's my word. Remember, Q is I used to call it a chicken letter. It can't stand by itself, so anytime I have a Q, I have to have a what? A U. Q-U-I. Trying to use those big numbers. Z. My word is quiz, and I have tens, and tens are easy to add, so that's 20, 21, 22. Can you build a word that has more value than that? Go ahead and try it. Now, another thing you can do with these letter tiles when you're reviewing is you can play with a partner. You can challenge your partner, hey, let's see who can build a 3-letter word with the most value. Now that you've had some time to review and go over all the skills and strategies that we've talked about, I'm going to show you one last game you can do with your letter tiles. You will need a partner for this game. You'll need your letter tiles, and do you remember your blank hundreds board? If you have that, go ahead and get that. If not, you can just get a blank piece of paper, and you're going to need scrap paper or something that you can keep score on. We're going to actually play Scrabble, which is a game that many of your parents know, and you might know yourself, with our letter tiles. So when you have those materials, come back and join me. To play Scrabble, this is how you're going to set up your board. Notice I put the hundreds board in the middle, and then each player gets 10 random tiles. And then the tiles that are left over, you're going to turn over and put it in here, and that's kind of your draw pile. This might not be exactly like Scrabble, but it's a way that you could make it work for what you have. So you're trying to build words, and you can actually build off of each other's words to get points. So if this player gets to go first, they're going to put the first word down. They can only use what they have, and they can put it anywhere on the board. So this player is going to build, and you don't have to use the hundreds board. I just thought it would kind of help us keep things in line. The word wag. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 7 points. Now, once you build your word and it goes to the next player, you're going to want to replace your tiles. So you get to choose 3 new tiles to put in front of you. So this player can either build off of the word that is there, or they can start their own word. So this player is going to build, and they're going to use this, W-A-R. So that player gets to use the W because they built their word with it. So 4, 5, 6. They get to replace their letters. Now they only use 2. Back to this player. So again, this player can build off of what is there, and usually in Scrabble, you build off of what is there. In this game, if you wanted to start your own, you could. So this player is going to use the G, and they're going to say, guys. So they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now they're going to add that to their 7, so I have to do some mental math. 7 plus 8 is 15. They use 3 tiles, so they get 3 tiles back. Now, in the game of Scrabble, you can also play where you keep taking turns until you can't do anything else. And that's a variation you could use if you wanted to. So now it's this player's turn. And let's see. They're going to use the S and build some. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do your mental math, use your doubles. I know 6 and 6 is 12. And the play continues until you're out of letters or you can't build any more words. So that's just another thing you can do with your letter tiles and have fun playing letter tile Scrabble.